Aussies and the under 18s back then. I said, mate, we'll get out of it. We'll win this thing next year. He said, so you come back? I said, mate, I am coming back. So my second year with Grant.
Yep.
We led the final in the under 18 juniors all the way. We were at Kurrawa, 93. We led the race the whole way home over Swansea Belmont with Daiso and his boys. They pipped us on the line with about 3 minutes to go.
Great.
Second place. So,
yeah, I've got a few silver medals because of that as well, actually.
It was such a thrill. And still mates with all those guys that I rode with all the way back then. You build brilliant friendships, and like Eddie said, it's a journey. You want to be rowing with the people you enjoy to be around, because
there's a lot of time together.
You spend a lot of time together, and you'll make great friendships.
Yep.
And keep them. And then that's when you get the old boys come back. Yep. 220 plus. They've been doing it
for a very long time.
For ages. Righto, we're away. Whoa, we've had a few little incidents there.
Yeah, North Narrabeen not having a great time with their bow rower. As you can see on screen, she's managed to recover and pull it back together.
They're going.
Yep. Getting in some pretty big strokes there from the second bow. She's jumping up to try and put all the power onto her legs.
The Northstone Penguins, they look, is that right?
Yes.
They look like they've had a little bit of an issue getting off the beach. Whereas Queenscliff, the Queens have bolted. They're out in front.
Bateman's Bay as well.
The Banshees, they will fly, they'll go fast, they'll be right up there at the end of the race. They're nice and long, you can see how long Bateman's Bay is rowing, a slow, controlled stroke.
So with Neil Innes as well, really great sweep. He had a phenomenal
Neil Innes had an amazing season last year at the Aussies.
Yes, absolutely.
From memory, 4 silver medals.
Yep.
Open men, open women, reserve men, reserve women. I may be wrong, but I think that's what he achieved.
Silvers, yeah.
That's quite phenomenal.
Yep.
But, yeah, great bloke. My brother rode for Neil back in the late 90s. He's a great man, lovely to talk to, always give you the time of day. But they are now chasing the Queenscliff ladies, the Queens. They're out in front, clear first and second there, and then we've got the 3 runner trailing the field, and the Salties, the Penguins, and the Refried Beans. The Refried Beans have caught up from their little mishap on the start line there earlier.
Yeah, they put in a lot of effort, didn't they? They're doing quite well at this point. But there is a bit of a clear divide between alley 1 and 2 and then 3 to 5. So it will be a race of at least to the turning can at this stage.
Oh, Kelly Marsh is in the Queen's boat there. Kelly Marsh is Nathan Perry's wife and daughter of Kim Marsh, who we were talking about earlier. The man who wrote the book about rowing, about sweeping, been around for years, quite a well-known gentleman. Neil has an interesting turn there with the stroke sweep oar from Bateman's Bay. He ended up with the thing in his hand by himself and pulled it all the way back to himself, I think I saw.
Yeah.
But look what happened.
Yep.
Some
sweeps do take it off completely.
Yeah. They were 2 lengths behind. Now they're 2 lengths in front. So whatever Neil did then, I'm going to say it worked.
You're going to study that now?
Now I can, yeah. Yeah. He's flying. They've jumped. They've jumped out of the gate, the turning cans, and taken off. They've put 2 lengths on them.
Yeah, that really did divide the field just then as well. So Allura Salties in 3rd place, followed by Northstone and then North Narrabeen too. So as you can see on screen, that's Bateman's Bay in the foreground, along with Queenscliff in the background.
Neil's wife Tracy rows in the boat with him there as well. She's in number 2 seat there, which is second from the pointy end. So the boat is numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then the sweep, the pointy end is number 1. Going backwards, of course. I'm sure there's new people listening to the coverage this morning or watching the coverage that don't know much about this at all. They've just stumbled across it.
The terminology of it all.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course, there's different types of equipment too. So squarebacks, rounds, if you want cleaver oars or
have you been talking to Bob Stone?
Pardon? Oh, my goodness. No.
He's a great advocate for rounds, but there is Bateman's Bay. They're using the squares, Rolex. They are flying. I believe Neil's got a timber sweep oar. or is it carbon? No, it's a carbon fibre sweet board. It's a little bit hard to see in the glare. So we've got carbon fibre and fiberglass have made their way into the rowing oars. They've been around for years. Some guys still do prefer to use the timber oars. So we've got our first and second places there with Bateman's Bay and the Queenscliff Queens. We've got the Salties coming through for third.
Yep.
The Penguins from North Stain in fourth. They've got a little one under them now to finish off. They're just sitting there on the runner. And then the refried Beans, we're waiting for them to come home. They will not be far away.
No, as you can see on screen, they're coming up. Good race. So they got there eventually after having a false start.
Yeah, that one did take a while. It was a false start. But hey, that's going to happen. On a shory like this, it cannot be easy for the starter to get 5-6 boats away safely and cleanly all the time. Have we got 2 races left?
No.